This video is designed to help men build discipline and finish the year stronger than they started, not through hype, but through clarity and action. The final stretch of the year is not loud or dramatic, yet it is one of the most important moments for personal growth. This is when routines loosen, expectations soften, and excuses quietly gain permission to return. Most people treat these days as something to survive rather than something to use. But discipline is not built in ideal conditions. It is built when structure is hardest to maintain. If you can stay intentional now, you enter the next chapter with momentum instead of regret. Final resolve is the ability to decide once and act repeatedly without renegotiating your standards. Many men lose progress because they keep reopening decisions they already made earlier in the year. They debate whether to train, whether to stay focused, whether effort still matters this late. Each debate weakens identity. Discipline becomes fragile when it depends on constant decision-making. Final resolve removes negotiation and replaces it with execution. The end of the year exposes the truth about habits, because novelty is gone. There is no excitement left to hide behind, no fresh start energy to borrow from the calendar. What remains is your real system, the one you default to when motivation is low. If that system is weak, you feel scattered and restless. If it is strong, you move forward calmly and deliberately. Final resolve strengthens the system rather than chasing emotional fuel. Most men underestimate how powerful it is to finish something cleanly. They focus heavily on starting strong but rarely talk about closing with discipline. Finishing well reinforces self-trust. It proves to your mind that you can sustain effort without external pressure. That proof carries forward more powerfully than any resolution on January 1st. When you finish disciplined, you start confident. Final resolve requires you to separate rest from retreat. Rest is intentional and planned, while retreat is emotional and reactive. Many men confuse the two and slowly drift away from their standards. They tell themselves they are recovering when they are actually avoiding structure. Discipline does not mean exhaustion, but it does require consistency. Resolve keeps recovery purposeful instead of destructive. Your environment plays a major role in whether resolve holds or collapses. Disorganized space encourages scattered thinking. Constant noise fractures attention. Unclear schedules invite procrastination. Final resolve means reducing friction between you and the right actions. When your space supports discipline, effort feels lighter, even when energy is low. Final resolve also means controlling internal dialogue. The voice that says, "It doesn't matter now," is the same voice that keeps people stuck year after year. That voice thrives in moments when accountability feels distant. Discipline answers that voice with action rather than argument. You do not need to convince yourself, you need to move. Action silences doubt far more effectively than motivation ever will. Fatigue often appears near the end of the year, not only physically, but mentally. Long months of effort can create the urge to coast. This is where resolve matters most. Fatigue does not mean stop. It means simplify and continue. Discipline adjusts without collapsing. Resolve teaches you how to keep moving without burning out. One disciplined day at the end of the year does more for your identity than 10 motivational speeches. Action creates evidence, and evidence creates confidence. Confidence built this way does not disappear when conditions change. It stays with you because it is rooted in experience. Final resolve turns intention into something tangible. Men who finish the year with resolve do not need to reinvent themselves in January. They are already aligned with the habits they want to keep. There is no emotional crash, no loss of momentum, no desperate restart. While others are planning, they are continuing. That is a quiet but powerful advantage. Final resolve is not about intensity. It is about reliability. Can you trust yourself to show up when there is no reward in sight? Can you maintain structure when no one is watching? Can you act with purpose when the excitement is gone? These are the questions that define discipline. Answering them through action reshapes your identity. As the year closes, distractions will continue to compete for attention. Comfort will keep offering itself as a reward. The disciplined man does not reject enjoyment, but he refuses to abandon standards. He understands that short-term comfort often delays long-term progress. Resolve protects priorities from being traded away impulsively. Final resolve also changes how you view time. Days stop feeling like something to get through and start feeling like opportunities to reinforce identity. Each disciplined action becomes a vote for the person you are becoming. Over time, those votes add up. This is how ordinary days quietly build extraordinary outcomes. You do not need to overhaul your life in the final days of the year. You need to execute the fundamentals consistently. Wake with intention, move your body, protect your focus, and follow through on what matters. Simplicity strengthens resolve. Overcomplication weakens it. The version of you that enters the next year will be shaped by what you repeat now. Not by what you plan, not by what you promise, but by what you practice. Final resolve ensures that practice continues even when motivation fades. It is the bridge between who you were this year and who you are becoming next. Finish the year with clarity. Finish it with structure. Finish it with resolve. This is No Excuses Network.